done struck a chord. This has been on my spirit.
It's just like at a certain point, like, damn, how much it's like, how much do we have to suffer because your ass dumb?
Yeah.
Right.
Because that's what it boils down to.
It's just like the part for me is just like it's the justification. The justification doesn't make sense. And for every example you just gave, and the billions others that
right.
Just say you don't feel like getting the fucking vaccine. I mean, I can't take that, but I can understand that way more than all this other bullshit justification you're doing that doesn't make sense for any other part of your life.
Right.
And these people will take horse tranquilizer. But which they don't know what's in that bullshit either. You eat cornflakes every day and you can't pronounce half of the shit that's been put in there. But you so worried about a goddamn vaccine.
Because like half these people's like, I saw you in college. I saw the nasty shit you was doing in college. Like all the beer pong and all that. Right.
You don't even brush your teeth.
Bitch, you got halitosis. You talking about a vaccine.
Right. You don't even wash your ass, which is why we gotta say every
damn episode.
Right.
But you worried about
a vaccine.
Get the fuck out of here.
Hey community, here's what's brewing today.
The Matrix ain't for everybody.
Ask your aunties. Hit me with your best shot.
And Curiosity, drop a diva. So get your cups ready for Minoritea Report. Hey, welcome to Minoritea Report. It's Auntie Kerel.
It's Auntie Dawon.
And Auntie Jerrell.
Hey, and we're just gonna call Auntie Dawon Jessica Rabbit this episode.
Okay, look.
Jessica Chastain Rabbit.
What are you talking about?
I know, that's right. It's like a perfect Pantene Pro V.
I was just about to say that. Yes, you know how they shape their hair and it just goes right into that curl?
Like,
that's exactly how it's sitting. It's sitting just like that.
That is pretty.
Thank you.
I'm here for it. Right? Oh. And it was funny, like I was telling them before we hopped on, I was like, I just felt it in my spirit that somebody was going to come with a wig, and I didn't feel like brushing one. I didn't feel like getting nothing. And I was like, Lord, please don't let no one come with a wig. And sure enough, she came with a wig, but we're like, you know what? We're just going to give you a solo moment.
This is a solo. This is a solo.
Absolutely. Oh, happy day.
I honestly just couldn't miss the opportunity. Every time that we have just the three of us, it's like, okay, let's get back to our roots. And if our roots aren't real.
I know that's right.
So I was going to do I was going to do like one of my auntie wigs, like the short bobs or whatever. And I was going through like, because I had a couple of new ones that I wanted to like, give a little, but then I saw her and I was like, that's it. We got this honey. This is delicious.
She said the Met Gala next week. It's New York Fashion Week shit. This is what this wig is about.
I'm going to give you hair and shoulders this whole episode.
Right. Yeah, she said, I got all this Greek zhuzh still in me. Let me show it off, darling.
Lord, let me tell you what. I pinch myself every day. Like, why the hell am I not in Greece? Like, why am I back home? Like,
she coming really off that high. She going down.
Girl. I'm like, you know what? I could be a bartender. I could just be a bartender, and just live a non-lavish life, but be in Greece. In Greece, that could work.
I agree. I think about that like not often, but there's just certain days like before you hopped on, Jerrell and I were just talking about just how long this week has been for work and everything, and it's just one of those weeks where I was like, bitch, I could be a bartender. I could go work at Ruby Tuesday again. Or so, it's just like, and that's no tea, no shade to nobody. Work when you got work.
That's the life.
What you gotta do is seriously.
That's the life.
Just like,
you get to flirt with everybody for tips, and it's part of your job,
girl.
And you ain't gotta go home with none of them.
Honey,
you get to see how they handle their liquor. That's all kinds of free screening right there.
Right. Seriously, it was just like it was at that time, and I know it's not because I saw some folks just like with families working in like at Ruby Tuesday, and just like the days where you're getting like a 53-cent tip and everything, and you're just like seeing the stress on them. So it's a whole nother different kind of stress.
Right. You're right.
So it's just like, but today or this week, I feel like that other kind of stress. Oh, because they killing me. It's been
because I had to check a bitch today on Facebook.
Ooh, who you checking?
And because there is like this gay volleyball tournament happening this weekend. So when the episode comes out, it was this past weekend in Seattle.
Okay.
And Taylor Ray, hey Taylor, I know you listening. Had posted about just like how the gay bars here are requiring proof of vaccination in order to get in. So it's not a 72-hour, negative. Right. No, you need proof of vaccination to get into. And so this dumbass hoe had the nerve to comment and be like, stupid and ridiculous.
Use a stupid hoe. Use a stupid hoe.
Let me tell you. So Taylor was like, like you could just stay home, like blah, 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 blah. It's good. And I was like, that part, buy a bottle and stay your ass at home.
I know that's right.
So this dumb hoe had the audacity to come back and be like, well, how about I come just so I can see how you pop that mouth in person, like you do on your little keyboard.
Not little keyboard.
Okay.
Right. That part, you got it.
That was the part that got me. That was the part that said, let me tell you.
And they said this to you?
First of all, this keyboard is $179. So ain't nothing little about it. So let's start there and continue.
I sat there and said, I gave my full ass address.
But did you say like this? Did you say like, okay, here we go?
Let me tell you. You know that Kermit the Frog meme when he at the top right and he like, oh, bitch.
It's
or like when Medea was doing the calculator.
Talk about that mama.
Like when Medea was doing the calculator, like, oh, did he hit you, girl? Oh, yeah. That was me.
Oh, Lord, what was your response?
And I literally, on Facebook, I responded with my whole ass address and was like, come through, baby. Because you got the right one today, ho.
Jesus.
Why?
Let's get that bail money, honey. Let's get that bail money because Hanny ain't going. She going to jail this weekend.
Lord have mercy. Tuck it underneath my left breast.
So get this. So then the bitch had the audacity to delete her comment. Little did she know, I know to take a screenshot when I come for a bitch. So then she deleted her comment. So I told my friends about it, and I sent one of my friends jumped in the damn same thing, was like, you better not bring your ass out here to Seattle and come from my J baby with your scary ass deleting your comment.
Huh.
So then they went to we have like this shade group, like it's called the Burn Brook. And all we do is shade bitches in it. And somebody was like, Seattle ain't playing with these Kobe idiots today. And so everybody was asking, what's the tea? What's the tea? So I posted the screenshot of what the heifer had to say.
And then she canceled her flight. She's no longer in the volleyball tournament, and she's staying home with that bottle like you told her.
I said, so I'm showing up at this gym Saturday from sunrise to sunset because I'm waiting, bitch.
She said, I'm checking myself in the Bellevue for my mental health. Or for my physical health, not mental health. She said, I'm not trying to get that ass beat.
So, Dawon, what you doing this weekend? Because we might have to fly out to Seattle.
I'm ready.
Right?
I'm ready. Look, you ain't even got to say a word.
Right.
Give us that phone call. We'll come out there. We'll bail you out. And then we'll go out to drinks afterwards with
that
our
part and wigs.
Cards. Right.
And wigs like, bitch, what?
Right.
Look, I have my whole address out there. You know when somebody come through. This is exactly where I am. I will drop a motherfucking pen. Come through. Come beat my ass.
So is this like a rando, or is this like a friend of a
friend? Some
friend?
Rando in a group, because it's like a Facebook group of nothing but people who play in all these gay national volleyball tournaments.
Okay. And I bet you half these Atlanta hoes saw it too. Because they be traveling the whole country for these tournaments.
Pull up. Pull up. Everybody who's in there saw it. And I was like, come through. And the people were like, who is this new person? They were referring to me. I said, no, honey, I'm the auntie normally sitting in the corner. Okay. I was like, my NAGVA number starts with a 1. You bitches in 3s and 4s. Okay. Ooh. I'm an OG hoe.
Okay. Why Auntie Jerrell over there cracking her knuckles.
Honey,
I'm ready.
She said, I'm playing with y'all hoes. It's funny you talk about volleyball though. So finally, I forget what episode it was. Oh, I think when we were on the Bad Queers podcast, I was talking about how I wanted to clean out my closet. Here we are about 2 months later, finally this past weekend. I was like, you know what? I'm cleaning it out. It's Labor Day weekend. It's a long weekend. I ain't got shit to do on Monday. Let me just do this. Took fucking forever because Corey's side need to clean it too. Anyway. But I say all that to say is like I went to Walmart to get a couple like closet like hangers and then like these dividers and organizers, and I saw a volleyball in there, and I haven't played volleyball since last March, literally the last night before COVID, and they've gotten back in just kind of like open leagues and everything, and I just need to get my lazy ass out there and go. But I was like, damn, I miss volleyball. Like just actually seeing the physical ball, I was like, you know what, I need to get my ass out there, and I think I'm gonna go back out there next week.
Okay, now
I mean, rusty and old and out of shape, but I was like, damn, I need to get out this house and play again because it's just so easy just to kind of stay. Yes, sports. Yeah. Well, yeah. Oh, well, yeah. If you need us out there, girl, we'll come up. We'll pull up.
Let me tell you. They will probably see the IG story before this episode come out.
Honey, right?
Look, so if you saw me on IG, that wasn't me. Mind your business.
And if you see us on the plane, that's the reason why.
Not the unseasoned checked in Seattle.
We done checked into Seattle. It's like, pull up Seattle, where y'all at?
We will come through.
Girl, it's like, we can't let this girl, we can't have her up in prison. Can you imagine being in prison? Like, I could, that's not my ministry. Like, I think
by the way, I didn't tell y'all, I started watching Oz, because you remember y'all recommended it. Yeah, so I started watching it. That's just cray.
Yeah,
that shit cray.
Yeah,
that shit is cray.
Yeah,
and the first episode, I was like, it's been on for 30 seconds. The bitch got stabbed
from
jump.
Yeah.
Oh, we
I need to go back and revisit watching because it's been years. Like, and it's kind of one of those things. Like, I'll catch a random episode here and there when they just kind of throw it up on HBO. But just to sit through, especially being older, because I haven't watched it since being like a grown man. I was watching it being a teenager trying to catch real sex afterwards.
Look, if you get the right episode, you wouldn't need it.
Honey. Chris what's his name? Mulaney? Mulaney?
Christopher Maloney.
Maloney. Yes. That meat. What that
you trying to see that baloney.
Right. What that meat do. Yes, that's a man, Maury.
That was an OnlyFans before there was OnlyFans.
Honey, it sure was. It sure was. Trying to catch those shows and those random like those movies that come on between like 2 and 5 a.m.
That don't be showing nothing.
Nothing until like the tail end. You might see a little underball or something like that for like through the ass, and you be like, "Damn, I waited all night trying to rub one out."
No, you be edging because you trying to hold out to see, the best part. You're like, I'm gonna let this thing go when it's the right part, but it don't ever come.
Lie. That is no lie detected.
Them little Emmanuel movies.
I am so done because it's so true.
Oh my God,
that is.
I remember like staying up so goddamn late on a school night watching that shit, and then like and don't let like Playboy be free for like a week. Like I don't be getting no sleep at all. Going to school tired as all hell, trying to catch a glimpse of some dick. I mean,
it's so crazy.
Ain't nothing but titties. Ain't
nothing.
That's it. And then
that is it. Like, and they wouldn't even really show vag. I was like, I wasn't even into the vag, but I was like, okay, maybe I am tonight just to get off. I don't know.
But it was like the penetration that was the most important. But all you get to see is thrusting white, flat ass booties and titties, and that was it.
kids just don't know these days the shit we had to go through.
You have to work. You have to work to see stuff.
Look, that was our version of walking through the snow, walking 5 miles up a hill.
Both ways
with no shoes in the freezing snow. That was our version of that.
We had HBO and Skinamax. That's all we had. And then the show wasn't catering to the gay crowd, and it wasn't catering to people of color. So it was just like whitey.
It was white. It was real white.
Ooh, the struggle. Damn. I don't want to go back to them days. Oh man. But what else?
But that Oz. Yeah. That show is like, it's primo. Like it's incredible to think about just the writing and how, like, because I go back and I'll go through stints and I'll watch like a whole season or something like that on a Saturday. I don't have anything to do. And it's amazing how much the storylines hold up today.
It was The Wire before The Wire.
Yeah.
Oh, and speaking of The Wire, rest in peace to Michael K. Williams too.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
That one shook me for a second there. Like I was like, damn, rare. Like,
and it's crazy because I didn't watch The Wire. Like I didn't watch Oz. Again, I was too young for those shows. So that's not really where I knew him from.
I was thinking the same thing. I was like, she just studied on us so hard.
I was too young for those shows.
I was thinking the same thing. I was like, okay, home
with this nubile face.
Yes.
Go ahead, girl. Continue.
But no, I was just saying though, like I really got to know him as an actor. Like I've seen him in some other things here and there, but I got to really know him as an actor from Lovecraft Country. And I just really appreciated his character a lot in the show. Because that was just such a real ass story, especially for queer Black men. And being comfortable coming out and living your truth, and how just the things that get passed down to you can just by default pass down to your kids, and how it just affects all sorts of shit. So I just really loved how he did that.
And he played the hell out of that tortured soul role.
Yeah, he really
he
did.
said he had to like shake that role off of him afterwards. He said like that role had ooh, that stuck on me for a little bit. And I was like, I believe it. And I didn't realize, like I knew he was a dancer and like from back in the day, but it like on Instagram, they've been showing old clips. He was in the 100% Pure Love video by Crystal Waters back in the day.
Are you serious?
Bitch, it was like a little freeze moment. They kept on looping this little moment. And I was like, damn. Yeah.
I have to look that up. Yeah. That's amazing.
And I was like, wow. Because like I guess he like danced with her. I think he used to dance with like Madonna and things like that. Like he was just like almost like a B-boy from New York. And was like in the dance scene and everything, and then became like the actor and like the presence that we really know today. But yeah, like I found out just all kinds of stuff about this man post his death, and that's sad because it's just like, damn, you try to give people their flowers while they're here, and find out how much he's done and how much he's been around and all the love just from the industry, because not everybody posts when people die, So when you see like celebrities posting and like spilling their heart out, that just shows he must have been a true dude, So to his family and friends, I mean, we don't know them, but sincere just thoughts and prayers, and I know that's not a lot, but it's just like that's all I have. That's an impact. So I mean, love on your loved ones while they're here, because you 100. Just never know, man.
100.
But and obviously this past weekend was like the 9/11 20th anniversary, which is crazy. 20 years. 20 years. I don't know where time has gone. Like, part of me feels like it was just yesterday, like, because it's just so, like, ingrained. But then on the other part, I'm like, damn, there has been a lot of shit I've done and been through since then, And it's just interesting. Every year, you just kind of hear new stories and new perspectives. And I read an article today about this couple now that at the time, the guy lived in London, the lady lived in Houston, and they were in their 60s, and they were divorcees, and they were on a flight from London supposed to land in Texas. And so they're like coming over the water, and the captain gets on the PA system and says, hey, there's been an incident in the US. We have to land in Newfoundland, Canada. And so they're like, okay, and obviously back then we didn't have no cell phone on no plane.
Right.
You had like, remember those
that was
cell phones in the seat?
Yeah.
You had to use your credit card
little
to pay
console.
for it. But that was about it then. So like you were like in the blue once you were in the air. Like you didn't know anything happening underground until you landed.
There was no connectivity at all.
None. And so they said they landed. They still didn't know what happened because they didn't have like a TV. They landed at a small airport. So they said it took a whole day for them to realize what happens, which is crazy to think. Right. But I say all this to say, in a weird way, and even though you kind of know it's possible, as tragic as that day was and how much the collateral damage since, like even like the 20-year war we've been in that we just got out of and the lives lost there, on that same day, there's probably these things that happened that would not have happened if that didn't happen. And so literally here, the story was, here's this couple in their 60s, divorced, grown kids, living their life, is what it is, and found love again. And they said we had given up on love. We weren't looking for love, and they've been married ever since. And so like you hear these stories and you're like, golly, these chance encounters with one another because of that day. And it's a great moment for them, but they're like, it's still kind of weird because the moment happened because of this crazy tragedy. And just moments like that, it's just like, I'm sure there's millions of stories out there like that we probably would never hear. And they've maybe told their little family, they've told their friends and things like that. So it's just bizarre that how interconnected this world is and how things, at least for me, I believe happen for a reason, unfortunately and fortunately. But 20 years since then, that's wild to me.
That makes me feel old. I ain't gonna lie. That makes me feel real old. Cause I remember it so vividly. It's just like, it don't feel like it was 20 years ago. But I like when I stop and think about what flying and traveling was like before then.
It was so much easier.
I'm like,
it's like taking a bus.
It's so
okay.
You and your whole family just show up to the gate.
To the airport, right?
Yeah, and good.
They could get on the plane with you,
wave and bye,
and then be like, okay, well, I guess the plane has to leave, so then they would have to leave the plane or whatever. But
it's
not
so
anymore.
Bizarre.
Crazy,
not
so
anymore.
Bizarre. Yeah, man, but I know we're recording this before a lot of events this weekend, so I'm sure next week we'll talk about a lot of it. But like right now, the MTV Music Awards were last night. The U.S. Open finale or the final was yesterday. We don't know now who's winning, but it's just gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
So who you? I guess let's talk about MTV Video Awards. You see Normani? They added Normani last second today.
Oh, really?
Because she wasn't gonna perform, and all her fans were in an uproar saying, "Bitch, how like she has like the hottest song out, Houseway." And then I looked at the list of performers.
Who's performing?
Girl, Camila Cabello is one of the performers. So I was like, "Ooh, I know that's why they did it. That's why they did it. I don't want to pit women against women, but that's why they did it. That's why they didn't want Normani to perform." I guarantee you.
I guarantee you, and she probably gonna sing that ugly ass song from that Cinderella movie too. Which, by the way, I watched.
I didn't watch it.
Let me tell you, them heifers had the nerve to try to do a bootleg Disney version of Hamilton. I said, no, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Mm-mm.
He said, we're not doing this broke ass Hamilton here.
Girl,
not on my watch.
Mm-mm. No, the 90s version of with Brandy and Whitney Houston is still 100 times better than that.
Clutch.
I mean, 100 times better than that.
How was Billy Porter in it?
Very brief.
Okay.
Was all right. I was very curious to how he would come into play. But it was cute. I liked the interaction. I will say this about her though. She grew on me. Okay. I didn't mind her in that. Like if that's kind of her actual personality, because I didn't feel like she was an actress.
Okay.
I felt like she was just kind of being herself. And if she's kind of that kind of playful, she seemed like a cool girl. She seemed like a cool person, Okay. But her singing,
ooh, not it.
There were like so many times where like, because her voice can sound very whiny.
Yeah.
She'd be trying to hit these notes, and I'm like, you need to let that fall. Just let that die off. Just let it die off at the end, girl. Let it die. Because that ain't it. Girl. It was
where's it at? Like, is it on
It's
Disney
on Amazon
Plus?
Prime. Amazon Prime.
No, I'm cool. I mean, I have it, but no, I don't think I'm gonna watch
it.
I'm good.
No. And the prince wasn't even all that cute either. I was like, no. It lacked diversity for me. It was just not it. It was not it. And they tried to give by diversity by making the main kind of guard dude who would like announce the ball and all this other stuff be Black. And of course he was rapping. Yep. Was the Black person. And he was rapping like they do in Hamilton. And I was like, what the?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good.
Y'all ain't got no good ideas.
No. No.
We're just gonna keep on these damn stereotypes. Let's have the Black man rapping. Okay.
Okay.
Have you guys?
Because we're good at it doesn't mean we should be doing it.
Yeah,
you right.
We got a whole bunch of other stuff that we could be showcasing besides that. I mean,
thank you.
But you know what? I'm glad he got that coin though. He got that paycheck.
You're right, and that's the thing too. Like I always try to remember that. It's like, you know what? He was able to pay his light bill, so it is what it is. But who was performing? Let's see here. Performers: Alicia Keys with Sway Lee. Do they have a song out?
It's coming out tomorrow, called Lala or something like that.
Oh, okay. Then there's Camila Cabello. Chloe. Hey, Chloe.
Hey,
that video dropping tonight.
Okay.
I'm waiting. I cannot wait. Because that picture that she posted, bitch, she
all
ate.
That ass.
Bitch, she
all that
ate.
ass.
I said, oh, so you're just going to go off on us, huh? Like, that's what you go.
She said, I'm 22, 23 years old now. I get to show all this ass off. I'm like, I know that's right, bitch.
You know what? I will say this. That's how you know you got the right people surrounding you. Because remember how she was crying on IG about how many people were calling her fat and all this other stuff. And I'm so proud of that sister for learning to love herself.
Absolutely.
And be like, fuck all the haters. Because that's a picture where you stunt on somebody like,
Period.
Who said what?
Period.
What you say? You got something to say?
You paid for yours? This is all natural, honey.
All natural. Okay.
She said HAMHOCE or HOCK, ham hock. All that. Get into it.
She sure the
she
fuck
said, all this ham hock and these collard greens. I know that's right. Oh, Jesus. So yeah, so I can't wait for that song. Let's see
Chloe. Who else?
Doja Cat. I know, right? I'm so like impartial on her. I'm like, it is what it is. She tried.
She's run out of gas for me.
I mean, the album's cute. If she's releasing something new from the album, I'm okay with that because the album is actually pretty solid.
I haven't listened.
It reminds me very of like Ariana, where she has like the ballads, but she has the dance, and then she has kind of like the R&B kind of, urban kind of sound.
Is she singing or is it all rap?
No, she's singing too. She sings a lot. Yeah.
Well. Foo Fighters. I do like the Foo Fighters. Justin Bieber.
A little throwback. Okay.
A little throwback. Oh, well, no, because the Foo Fighters had that new Bee Gees album out, which is fire. Which is crazy to think the Foo Fighters remake Bee Gees classics and they put like a disco album out and it's like fire. Okay. It's crazy. Justin Bieber, Casey Musgraves.
I like her.
Lil Nas X, which makes sense. His album's coming out. Machine Gun Kelly, Normani got added. Olivia Rodrigo, Shawn Mendes. Okay, he cute.
Oh, Shawn.
And then 21 Pilots. That's the performer list. So,
Pilots. What is that?
So this is a show for the young people. This is a show for the young people, for the TikTokers. For people who be keeping up.
This is a show that lets you know you didn't aged out of that. Out of that group,
period.
Like a long time ago. Like,
period.
Who that is?
Who that is?
who that little girl over there?
My baby daddy.
Where my Shazam? How do I Shazam this? Who this is?
Literally. But I mean, I do want to see Chloe. I want to see Normani. So I'm gonna probably be watching it. It'll probably be one of those things where like it's on the TV.
We're gonna be on IG. We're gonna be the next day on DVR like that's
okay, here we go.
Okay.
I got 5 minutes. Let me send out a couple emails.
Okay. Oh man, I know that's right. And then wait, I can't even go any longer in this episode. Did y'all see the Matrix trailer? Honey, yeah.
I wasn't here for it.
It just released. It released
I
on
saw
Thursday.
it. No, I saw it. I wasn't here for it. No? I have a feeling it's gonna be a little. I feel like Rush. I don't feel like we're gonna have that same feeling we had when the first three came out.
I don't know.
I don't think so. And as busted as Keanu Reeves looked in that trailer too, the bitch looked homeless.
Oh damn! I know he has that same look for the last like 15 years and 23 movies.
Honestly, I thought it was like a John Wick trailer because of how his hair and how his face looked. I was like, what's going on? But it makes sense because he filmed the movies back to back.
Yeah. He's like, I can't cut this hair just in case of reshoots.
Yeah, and also, like Matrix is about challenging what you think reality is. So, in my view, like watching the trailer, like when you think about all the previous movies, and you start to really dissect, like, well, which was actually the Matrix, what was a simulation, what was real, and did we see anything that was real? Yeah. And so I've been watching a lot of like like assessments of like the Matrix stuff or whatever. And
I love them too. And we're such nerds in that regard.
That movie, for that franchise, but particularly the first movie, is literally within my top 5 of all time. That's one of the movies that I can watch over and over and over again. In part because I think they did such a great job of intellectualizing the concepts within the movie. So there's like the first surface level of the whole movie is really just entertainment and action and karate and da. But then when you really start to think about like what they're saying and you start thinking about the layers that are in there, it gets pretty impactful. So I think I'm glad that they released the trailer that they did, because they showed enough variety of all the shit that's going on without really giving away the storyline. Yeah. I think that was the biggest takeaway for me.
And I think that's probably why I was a little kind of disappointed, because I was like, I honestly don't know where this is going. And if it's not connected to that final one, because the third one, the ending of that movie was just like, fuck, what's going to fucking happen? Because he was
I feel like this one could be better than the third one, because the third one was kind of like.
But I'm talking about the ending, how they ended the third one. It was on such a cliffhanger that it was just like, what's happening? Yeah. So don't give me a fourth one if you ain't answering that fucking question, because I've been waiting 15 plus years
18
for this fucking answer.
I said it's been 18 years? Damn.
Waiting. So please give it to me.
18 years.
Right. And one of his kids nothing for 18 years. Come on, Kanye. I know, but I got because it's just weird how certain moments just stick out in your brain, and I don't know why. I remember going to the Matrix and like writing in, not knowing what the hell this movie is about to be about. And just being so excited of not knowing what it was about. Mm-hmm. And so like that memory, so there's probably a little bit of nostalgia for me, and it just for like I was a teenager when the first one came out, and be like, oh damn, now there's another one, awesome. But then a part of me is a little scared. I'm like, oh, don't fuck it up, please don't fuck it up.
That's why I'm keeping the bar all the way down here.
But I don't know, that trailer got me hyped again, so I'm in there. And then Yaya could get it, by the way. Still, that's a man, Maury.
Oh Lord,
Yaya. There was a scene. And Watchmen.
Yes.
Honey.
And then you see him almost naked and Candyman. Yeah, that was a scary movie. I said, oh.
Yaya is just one good looking human being.
And he can,
got me saying God.
Yeah, that is true. He can act. That is very true.
Yeah.
That is true. He's not just like resting on his body, yaddy. Like he's like, no, I'm gonna act.
I rest on that body, honey.
Oh, man, she can rest a lot of shit on me.
Look, he is so big though. Ooh. He's like what, 6'4", 6'6", something like that.
Yes, Jesus.
He looked like he would break the legs off your bed just by laying on it. Like, damn. I mean, the set's gonna be good, but now I gotta spend a lot of money to get my bed replaced.
That's when it was worth it.
Sure was. That part. That's when you just keep going back to IKEA. Just keep going back to IKEA.
Nah, bitch. That's when you move the mattress to the floor, bitch. That's what you do.
That's like, right.
Oh, no.
No headboard or nothing.
No. Not as long as he Yo Man.
You don't even need a box spring. Just put that mattress on the floor.
And watch you end up on the floor anyways, okay? Look.
Woo, that's
that
a
mattress.
man.
That mattress be sliding all around the room.
Honey. that fitted sheet be popping off. Boom. It just be sweating sheets.
Oh, yes, I have to say though, like I'm really excited about the movie. I don't get this excited about a lot of movies, but I just know the caliber of the writing and the direction. Like you know, the fact that Lana Wachowski is directing this and has a heavy hand in the creative direction for what's being portrayed. And just how cerebral she is as a director. Yeah. It'll be I'm fascinated to see, because this will be the first of the Matrix trilogies that she's done without her sister. You know, and it'll be interesting to see like what her vision is for this. They changed, you know, they had the same orchestra for the first 3 movies, but they made a change. So with the orchestra, so it's just interesting that some of the choices that they've made for changes, which signals that this movie, it's like the first 3 were part of the.
It was its own thing.
It was its own thing, and it was part of a certain kind of Matrix simulation.
Exactly.
So like it's almost positioning this like, okay, well, if you know the cycle of this, you know that last cycle ended. There was another Matrix that was created, so this is going to feel differently. Yeah. I like the fact that we're getting a little bit of sense of what that could be.
It's kind of like iOS 14 and iOS 15 that's about to come out and things like that. It's the same, but it's different.
It's different. Right.
Yeah. I'm here for it. And I just like already in the trailer that they're showing the diversity. Like even the original Matrix was pretty good.
Damn trailer.
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah. Also, the rest of the community like me like
bitch, we ain't like it. Well, bitch, we did. I did. And it's just showing, at least to me, it's just like they already had like 2 queer people in the trailer.
Yeah.
She's obviously transgender, the director. They had Yaya, who's a black man. I forget the actress name. She was in what? I see her face. Forget her name, but an Asian actress.
Yeah. I forget what her name is too.
Oh damn it! That's what I was gonna forget. But it's just like already in the trailer, continuing that legacy of I'm gonna have a diverse cast, I'm gonna have diverse thought and things like that. That's why I enjoy it. Just because even some of the nerd stuff behind the scene, I'm like, at least they're practicing what they preach behind the scene, and it is translating to what this trailer is. Can't convince Jerrell. We'll see though. We'll come.
I will be there. I will be there. I will see it. I will give it a fair shot. But let me tell you, I'm gonna keep the bar low. Then I'm about to fuck up my Christmas. I'm not about to go on holiday season just to Christmas. Right. Look, y'all gonna be mad. I don't want y'all to be mad. I want y'all to be
I would be sad if it did suck.
I want y'all to be as happy as y'all are now. Then, okay? I really do.
I know we might have to do like a throwback moment.
Not a Jussie Smollett. Now,
be like, damn.
Go back to
Dawon,
the roots.
remember we was so hyped back in September about this damn movie?
Yeah.
Damn, it better not. I'm gonna be mad as hell.
I can't
remember the 9th of September. That's gonna be me, okay? Watch.
Do you remember? Oh Lord.
There isn't even a universe where I can imagine where, like, with the talent that is attached to creating this, I can't even imagine a universe where they would fuck it up.
I can't imagine a Matrix that they would fuck it up. A simulation that they would fuck it up. Yeah, I'm here for it. So we'll see. And they didn't even show Jada yet. So Jada in it. And part of me is hoping that Lawrence Fishburne somewhere pops up and he be lying saying he ain't in this movie. I'm hoping somehow, some way. Like, damn, there you go.
There's probably what they're saying. They haven't released a lot of the full cast yet. On IMDb, because that's how a lot of people are finding out what's going on. But I feel like, you know, they're being really smart about how much they're releasing and when. Yes. And look, you're in September. This thing isn't going to be released. It's going to be coming to the theaters until December the 22nd.
I like that 1-2-2-2-1, and it's like the mirror image.
Yeah,
it all works out. Yeah.
And even like if you go to
And
Leave
y'all
me
are
alone.
picking this out too much. Let me tell y'all. The part is like through the fucking roof. I mean, at this point, they better be getting nominated for Oscars and shit.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm like,
yes.
Give them everything.
See, I'm more
There's
excited
like-
about this than like Star Wars and the Marvels and shit like that. There was something that the Matrix like made an impression on me during those like formative years. Like I think it came out when I was like 15. Like I remember my friend's brother drove us, so it was like just one of those moments. There's it just might be more than just a movie. It's like the like I said, the nostalgia of it is like intertwined with it for me. I don't know.
There's so many amazing like intellectual things that they've done. Like for example, if you go to whatisthematrix.com, okay, go to whatisthematrix.com, you'll get to this website. And if you click on the red or the blue pill, what happens is it'll actually identify the time and it'll say it is, you now believe it is 8:57 p.m.
Right.
No, so no matter what time you click in on there, it'll customize your clicking in and say you believe that it's this time, but it's not. What if the reality is different? And then it goes into this experience. So it's like those kind of like nuances that challenge how you think about like reality. And within the trailer, what they've done is actually started to break through a little bit of the fourth wall to engage the viewer in that whole experience. So I just have a feeling that that they're going to really approach this in a very intellectual way that's also going to be entertaining.
Ooh, I hope so. I don't like Jerrell looking at me at Dawon like,
it's
what?
a movie. And like in my mind, I'm like,
oh Lord, no, I was the same way this morning. I was like, oh shit, the trailer! Like I stopped everything and watched that bitch like 3 times.
Y'all sound like these hoes out here who were talking about what Steve from Blue's Clues being like, I didn't know I need closure. I'm like, why were people so? I forgot about the show. I forgot about it. And then they said it was all the way back in like 2002 or 2006 or something. I was like, girl, honey, I've done forgot. I done so much this morning. I didn't know I needed closure until I saw the bitch.
I was too busy trying to get dick.
That part.
I was too busy staying up late last night watching them Emmanuel movies.
A second, I was like, bitch, I was trying to watch Real Sex 22.
Right. Taxi Cab Confessions.
Right, exactly. Oh, Lord. All right, well, I didn't realize we're this far into the episode already, so I guess what time is it?
Are we, or is it The Matrix? How do we know?
Who knows? I don't know. We don't know. Is it really 40 minutes into the episode? What pill did you take? Leave us alone, damn it, Jerrell. Let us have something. All right, what time is it?
Ask your
auntie.
Oh Lord Jesus, who has it this week? Let's see, where's it?
Gonna do it
here. I can read it real quick. It says, "Hey aunties, okay, serious question." Oh nope, wrong one.
Again, it's a reality.
Girl, who knows? That was a glitch in the Matrix.
You picked the wrong pill.
So did. It says, "Hey aunties, I had a friend who needed to be hit by her man in order to get excited. Every time we went to the club, they started fights and we didn't understand why until she told us. Is this healthy?"
Look, that silence is stuff.
My answer is no, it's not healthy. I completely understand. I completely understand people that need to like explore different kinds of sexual expression and all that other kind of stuff. But like, if you need to be hit by your man in order to get excited,
there's some trauma there.
No, that's no, it's not healthy. Next, auntie.
Right.
Oh no, I like to think. Was it? What movie when Denzel was like, hit me? I think, was it Coach? No, it wasn't Coach. I can't remember it.
That
but anyways,
like
I guess No, I can't remember which movie it was. Anyways, I just keep hearing someone being like, hit me. And I'm like, for what? Bitch, you good? Like, why? I don't understand. No, this is not healthy at all. Not in the least fucking bit. Also, I don't know if that could be my friend.
I ain't trying to be kicked out of no damn restaurant or no club just because of you. Just because y'all want to get off. Look, y'all can do that shit in the car. Don't be doing it in the club. Let's start with that. That's
or in the elevator.
Oh.
Well,
unless you got a Billy.
Unless you got a Billy.
Because once you got a Billy, of course shit go down when there's a Billy in the elevator. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, therapy. I honestly, if I consider this person a friend, I would be asking why they aren't in therapy, because it's not healthy, and that's not something you should expect in any relationship. And yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah,
next.
Like. It's just the heading part of it. It's like, I get like some people, like you see some people in the club and they like try to almost like, they like the voyeurism part of it. And they, stuff like that, and get handsy and stuff. But then it gets physical. And so that's telling me you equate love as some kind of physical act like that. And that's some trauma back at home growing up or something, because hitting somebody doesn't equate to love like that. I don't care what nobody tells you. Getting physical like that does not mean love and doesn't mean excitement. And so is it healthy? Hell no. You need to therapy to figure out why you equate that to love.
And that's not sustainable. It's not sustainable because, like, what works for you and your partner right now, and the chances that you will be with that partner that they will be your forever partner is like slim to none. So like, like imagine after this relationship is over, now you're out there in the dating pool and you're out on a date at Applebee's and you're telling him, well, I don't, that's like the dates that's like, what they did in Coming to America when they were going out on them dates with all them people, the women that had them problems. You one of them women that got them problems, or one of them dudes that got them problems. Like, yeah, I can't get off unless somebody, burning his hand. I can't get off unless somebody hitting me. Like,
no, you ain't gonna hit me.
No,
that ain't it. Like, there's no.
Are they
like,
black?
I mean,
do we know? Are they black?
They not.
Right.
I'm just asking. That's why I'm asking the question.
Because black people can't act like this in public. Black people can't act like that in public. That's how you know they not.
Well, they can in Atlanta. They can in Atlanta.
You're right. In Atlanta, in a bubble. Okay, in a bubble. Okay, you got to be in a special place for that to happen. Yeah. You ain't in no club outside Atlanta or anywhere like that acting like that. No.
Yeah, just to get excited. That's weird. So every time we went to the club, they started fights. So your friends over here, they're like, damn. See, that's when you don't even get invited places, because you're like, damn, I don't even feel like dealing with them tonight. Like, did y'all tell so and so? Damn, I ain't going there. I don't feel like it, because they be fighting every time.
That's what black people always ask: who else gonna be there?
Who else gonna be there?
Seriously,
like we ain't got the time.
Yeah,
especially when I'm trying to grow for myself.
Right, exactly. And that's what I'm gonna say. You a nice person to call this person your friend and to put up with it. You better than me.
Yeah, you
better than me.
And luckily, I don't think I'm trying to think, have I ever encountered any of my friends like fighting to like physically like that? I'm trying to think. I don't think I have. Thank God. Like, I've seen some verbals.
I've seen friends fight other people in clubs.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Right.
And you know who you are.
What's up, boo?
Community, it is not I. Okay? Although they probably blend out. That was Auntie Hennessy.
I wasn't thinking about Auntie Hennessy.
No, I've never seen Jerrell fight in the club. I don't even think I've seen you get in an argument in the club. Now I think about it. I'm trying to think.
Because I go 0 to 100. That's why I keep my shit tight. Yeah. Because I'll be the bitch that will follow you in the bathroom and I will wreck your world. And then go back out to the bar and order a shot and be like, tequila.
Right. Yeah. You would too.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I'll be looking for, where the camera's at? They can't, that's a blind spot. I'm gonna beat that bitch over there.
See.
Yeah.
I can't. Cannot.
Yeah, but so obviously we all said it's not healthy. Would you tell say this is your friends, would you tell them that it's not healthy and that you need to really figure some shit out? Or would you be like, you know what, I just can't associate when we go out with them?
Personally, I don't offer up any kind of advice unless somebody asks.
Yeah.
So if I have a problem with them fighting, then what's going to happen is
we just don't see Dawon at the
club. So for anybody out there who's listening, if you haven't seen me in a while, you might want to check your behavior.
So true.
That's the truth. That's the real aspect. She let y'all know.
Right.
There's no need for a conversation. I'm not getting into some damn argument. I'm not trying to convince you, that what you're doing is right, wrong, or whatever. You didn't ask for my opinion. I'm not giving my opinion. I'm just not going to be around it. Like, y'all fight? No, I don't do that.
I don't do that.
Let me go over here.
Yeah. That's kind of how I am. I'm like, especially the older I've gotten. Younger, I'd be like, you know what, but I feel like going to the club. The older I get, I'm like, if I'm going to take the effort to go out and be tired the next day and potentially hungover and all this shit,
right?
I want to enjoy myself, and I want to enjoy the company I'm with as well. And so if there's just negative energy and shit like that, it don't even gotta be fighting anymore. It's just like, if you just on some bullshit tonight, I just don't have it in me anymore because
So my question to y'all then, y'all not gonna say nothing in that moment, or are y'all gonna go home? Like, are you just going to no longer talk to them? Not like, what are you doing? Because
so like, if
to me, I'm with y'all. Like, I'm with y'all. Like, if they're not asking, I'm not gonna say nothing. But if we out and they acting like that while we out,
then I'm probably
best believe I'm gonna say something because I'm like, oh no, we ain't featuring that. We're not.
I'm not gonna probably break it up because you ain't about to hit me. But I probably would say something because I can't shut up.
I wouldn't say a thing.
So what you gonna do? Are you just gonna go home then? Are you just gonna sit there like?
Look, it depends on how full my cup is.
You right.
Let's be clear. If I'm out at the bar and I'm paying $20 for a drink,
I'm gonna finish this damn drink.
Look, and you and Fizz over there getting it in, fighting and shit and whatever. Look, I'll be over here doing this. And then when I'm done, there ain't nothing to talk about.
Right, you put that hand behind your ear and you out. It's like
because in my view, why get caught in the crosshairs?
Yeah.
If I bring that up, all that energy that was on them then gets diverted to no, ma'am. Y'all deal with that.
Yeah.
Now if you ask me like, hey girl, what happened to you last night? I just turned around and turned around and a second later.
And that's how you going down the steps.
Do you really want to know? Because we can have that conversation. What happened to me? Not what happened to me. What happened to you? What's going on right here?
Ooh, you got that Fenty concealer on.
You want to talk about what happened to me?
Yeah. Especially like if
you
it's
have a conversation with them.
Especially if it's a couple. Like it's hard to get in. It's hard to get in between a couple at that. So it's just like, I don't know if I would break up. I'll be like, hey, y'all, hey.
Exactly.
I'll probably do that. I'll be like, hey, no, we ain't doing that here. No.
Take your asses home.
Exactly.
Do that shit outside, not here. We came out together.
If they don't listen, then I'm going to a different part of the club.
Yep, I'm
because
out.
you ain't gonna spoil my night, and I'm thirsty. Right. I'm having a fall and my song on.
Right, exactly.
So you don't fucked up all of ape shit. Run that back, DJ.
Like, do.
Right. Run that back. Shit.
Look, I didn't get these knees ready not to dance, bitch.
Don't take Advil and the leave and everything.
Okay.
He ain't fucking up this night. Done finally made it out the house.
I do feel like it's a little bit of a different story when you're like in a relationship, you know, like in an established relationship. I do feel like it's a little bit of a different thing, because like if you're single and mingling, you want to be out and you want to have fun, and that's just part of having a fun night. Like even though it's chaotic, it can be perceived as that way. Like I know when I was single and shit was popping off or whatever, if shit was popping off or whatever, I'd be like, that's spicy.
That's part of the energy.
Who's out of a cocktail? Let's get another round going. Come on, you know. But like when you damn near married, you be like, come on, do I really got to be spending my time with all this? You get real protective with your time. Let's put it that way.
And then, and like, even though we try not to care about the perception, even the perception of it, though, it's like, oh, Kerel hanging out with that kind of crowd? Like, that's what we doing? It's like, no, I ain't got that in me anymore. I really don't.
What about
I don't care about
Jerrell?
the perception. I don't care about the perception. You know, I honestly,
we know.
Right. I don't give a fuck what anybody think about me. I'm like, you think what you want to think, you know.
She said she care about the perception of them cameras.
Okay. Yeah. No, I mean, honestly, but for real though, I generally, if they are fucking up my vibe, I would say something and be like, hey, this ain't happening here. This ain't happening here. You know, if y'all need to go discuss this further, take that shit home. But other than that, we ain't here for this. Like,
what would you do if they were like, but this shit turns us on? I'm like,
let's go fuck in the bathroom then. Go home.
Keep that shit at home. Keep it at home. All of it stays at home. And
now I think about like the last time I was at a bar, actually market days, and it wasn't between a couple, it was between some friends. Well, I didn't even know the person. I didn't even know what the hell was going on. But it was a friend and his friend, but they were beefing. And I know this person probably listening, hey, but I won't say no names or nothing. But all I wanted to do was sit my feet, like get off my feet and sit my ass down. Upstairs at the side track. That's all I wanted to do. My feet was hurting.
Was this before or after you tried to pee in the pot?
This was this year. This was like a month ago. So so 2 years later. And I didn't try to pee in the pot this year in the trash can. But I just happened to sit down upstairs by someone that a friend of mine was beefing with. And so they barking at each other, and I was confused because I was like, "What the fuck happened?" I just sat down, like I could sit where I need to sit. I didn't realize they had some prior beef, and I was like, and I'm looking at this dude that I don't know, and I'm looking at my friend. I'm like, "Y'all really about to fight at a gay club by the slushy machine? Like that's what we really gonna do? You gonna go to work and say, I got this black guy because I fought at the gay bar by the slushy machine? Is that what we doing?"
And it was that serious?
That's what I said. I was like, how idiotic does that sound? It's not that deep. And so the other dude's still barking. My friend's still barking. And so like then like another friend, once they get hype, I was like, oh Lord, once he get hype, it's going to be it. Like we all going to have to scrap and Kerel going to have to like move out the way because I ain't fighting nobody. But so like I go to the dude. I was like, clearly your feelings are hurt. Like because if y'all was friends and y'all barking like this, like clearly you must care because you want to get your side out and he trying to get his side out. Talk to him like a fucking adult. So I'm thinking this. So I'm like, I think I might have lied a little earlier. I probably would say something, but I ain't fighting. I can tell you that. But it's like, because a lot of shit is just like because your feelings hurt. In this case, it's like sexual energy, which is bizarre. But most times, like you feel
you told Harpo to beat me.
I'm gonna say something because you're fucking up my vibe, and I'm trying to sit here and relax because my feet fucking hurt. So, but no, friend, tell your friends this is not healthy. Go get some therapy and unravel why you like to get hit and like to start shit at the club just to feel like you being loved. That ain't cool. That ain't it.
I wonder, is it like you punch him in the dick or something like that? Like if you wiling them up like that as a karate chop, 2 chops to the throat?
I don't know. We might need a follow up. Like, give us details on like what is fighting in the club? Is it just like verbal?
Also,
is it hidden?
And also, is it really fighting or is it one of these like? Because some girls can't fight.
Yeah, I don't know, but. Well, community, this was a good one. We haven't heard this one before, so continue to send your question to aya@minorityareport.com. A lot of people DM us, so that's probably the easiest way. So DM us whenever you see something that sparks something, either on social media or whatever it may be. So continue to send those in, and thank you. But while I'm thinking about it, subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube. By the way, if you're watching this, it's showing all the data showing that y'all be watching, but y'all don't be subscribing. So please subscribe, download this episode, share with your family, your friends, your aunties, your cousins, everybody back in school. Put in they, back to school list. Be like, I'm gonna do this, and listen to your aunties. Oh man! But we haven't done a curiosity segment in a little bit. And we were going to do this last week with Monique. Hey, Monique, thanks again, boo. But we ran out of time. And this question literally has been bugging me all week. Like, it hurts my heart. So last week or a couple of weeks ago now, there was a meme going around where it says, one has to go and everything they ever made forever. Yeah. And you had to decide between Mariah, Janet, Whitney, and Mary J. Blige on who had to go, and all they shit had to go with them. So I know Jerrell said let's pick each other's or I guess at least let's say who we think each other's going to pick as their one. So Jerrell, what did you pick for Dawon? Is that's going to be gone?
Okay. So I'm trying to remember. So for Dawon, I think I went with.
And I need to pull mine up too.
I think I went with Whitney for Dawon.
Okay.
And only because I can feel like Auntie Dawon would be like, well, she already gone. It's gonna make it easy for me. And that's why she was going with Whitney.
That does sound like a star moment.
Not death becomes her.
You're right. That does sound like some shit she'd say. That's funny as hell.
I really do.
And what'd you say for me?
I think it would be the biggest struggle for you to let go Mary J, but I think you will let Mary J go.
Okay.
I think the producer in you will love the fact that Mariah still writes and does a lot of stuff other things. I can see you being like, Mariah stays, because if all her shit goes, then that means everything she wrote for other people will go too.
Yeah.
For some reason, I think you would. Oh, actually, no. I think it will probably be Janet for you. But I think you would also keep Whitney just because of the vocals, her range. I know you just feel like, I'm obsessed. So Whitney has to stay. And I think you would actually pick Janet to go over Mary J. Blige. So,
Dawon, who did you pick for Jerrell and I? Who do you think we would let go?
I think so. For Jerrell, I think he would let go of probably Mariah, only because I feel like her catalog isn't hood enough.
That's funny.
Like, if I had to force rank, it would be Mary J. In terms of hoodness, it would be Mary J. followed by Whitney. That's a close one, but I feel like Mary J. she lives it. She lives it. And then Whitney, and then Janet, and then Mariah. So I feel like that would be the litmus for Jerrell. And then for you, this is a tough one. I feel like I kind of I know this is probably not right, but I kind of feel like you would let Whitney go because her catalog is the shortest.
Okay.
And when I think about the volume that Mariah has, that Janet has, and even Mary J, she's still cranking out albums and whatnot.
Yeah.
I feel like to get rid of all of the records, all of the hits and whatnot, compared to the few really big bangers that that Whitney had, but her catalog, you name any other song outside of the five that she's really known for, it's kind of okay, well, that's obscure.
So
I feel like that's where I would land for both of you guys.
Okay. And then so Jerrell, I said Janet just because I feel like I don't hear him talk about Janet as much. And I don't know, and it might be, well, I guess some of them are all kind of slightly before his time because she the young one, yeah. But I don't know, like I just felt like out of all of them the same, I was like, Mary's just too hood, like so Jerrell like feel that one, and then it's Whitney at the end of the day, like at the end of the day you just gotta say Whitney, so you gotta keep Whitney, and then it came down to like Mariah and Janet, and I was like, well, we all love singing that Circle song by Mariah. And there's just some songs that we keep referencing on this damn podcast. I'm like, he can't let go of Mariah. So I'm like, oh, I think Janet for Jerrell. And then for Dawon, I said Mary. I was like, I feel like Mary just been through too much. And he's like, fuck that. He's like, I don't feel. He's like, she just been too much. It's like, I don't feel like bringing on that energy. We know she's a Mariah stan. We know he's a Janet stan. So it came down to like Whitney and Mariah for me and Dawon. And I was just like, ooh, I don't know if he would be like, I get rid of Whitney because he said Friday night you and my So that's how I landed on. And I have it up on here. I screenshot it and I put my answer here. So September 2nd at 6:10 is where I screenshotted mine. So Jerrell, who are you getting rid of?
I'm getting rid of Mary Jane.
What?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. First of all, remember y'all were talking about how like I didn't know like older people from the 80s. Yeah. Because I grew
let's
up.
Be clear. Say her name.
No. I wasn't just saying
Jody Watley.
And that's why I said older people. That's why I said older people because there's a group. There's a group of them that I don't know.
No,
you know?
Look, she's just trying to shade us again. Older people. Okay, Dorothy, we caught that. Dorothy Spornak, we caught that subtle shade.
But I've said plenty of times on here that like Janet was the people that my mom was listening to. So I love Janet. Yeah. I've actually got to meet Janet before when I was a kid. We've gone to so many concerts, and she's also from Gary, Indiana.
What did she smell like? Do you remember what she smelled like?
No, because I was only 5 years old when I met her at the Maryville Mall.
Okay,
but she's from Gary, so I'm not letting go of the Gary girl. I'm not letting go of the Gary girl.
I fucked that up. I'm
not. And then, of course, I couldn't say no to Whitney. I fucking love Whitney fucking Houston so motherfucking much. I mean, and especially like The Bodyguard, The Preacher's Wife. Like, I love her. Her voice just does everything for me. And then I agree with y'all and Mariah. I like her range. I love her voice. I like her as a singer, as an artist. Her newest stuff, you know. But her catalog though is great. Yeah, it's great. Like we talk about the Emancipation of Mimi, like how many times?
Literally, like it seems like weekly.
I love that.
Okay,
love that.
Okay, album. Circles is probably still in my top 20 because I listen to it every week.
Ever since you left me,
girl, I'm trying to okay, look, let me tell you. So that's my breakdown. That's my breakdown.
All right, Dawon, who are you getting rid of? Damn,
Mary.
I picked it though.
That was my other. That was my other.
So we both knew Dawon on that one.
I was just like, I can get rid of that. It would be tough.
Not that. I can get rid of that.
It's just, I don't know. It's like just like the music, like when I think about the music that I relate to.
Yeah.
Like it's the least out of the four, which is, you know, it's high. The amount of difference between each of them, it's so like small.
Exactly.
It's not like, oh, you know, like I never really liked Mary J. Blige or whatever. Yeah. It's just like in the grand scheme of all the things, when I think about whose music I go back to, who do I turn to?
When I need love.
Right,
come on, yes.
I go back to Whitney. I go back to I'm listening to Mariah Carey at least once a week. And then I'll listen to Janet stuff. But like it's rare. It's like once in a blue moon that I go back to like Mary J. Blige stuff.
Same.
When I do, I love it. Like I feel the whole vibes, but like it's just the amount of times that I'm drawn back to her, it's like, you know. So I can do without it. Yeah. Okay.
All right, Kerel, what about you?
Who's next?
This whole thing, like when Jerrell first said it, I was like, I'm not here for this tomfoolery.
You really did. You right away was like, no.
Not doing it. Fuck you, and you, because that's some bullshit. Y'all on some bullshit.
She always be trying to find them loopholes to keep everybody.
This will hurt my heart. Like this whole week, even since we didn't do it last week, this whole week, I was like, am I sticking with my answer? Oh, it hurts my heart. And it's funny, right before you sent this too, like the night before, I was watching the Mary J. Blige documentary, and I told Corey, I was like, I don't talk about Mary J. Blige enough on the podcast because I fucking love her. Like, you should listen to the Share My World album on the bus, like all like 5th grade year. Know every ad lib, know every cymbal crash, everything. So, Dawon, you're right. The way you explained it is exactly my answer. I got rid of Whitney, and it hurts me to say that because, and it literally came down to catalog. I was like, what songs do I listen to the most? I was like, the Whitney songs are the most epic probably out of anyone's catalog. Like, I Have Nothing is probably the most perfect song ever to me. Like, it's in my top 5. There's very few songs that I think are sung better, written better, anything performed better. But I was like, fuck. I listen to Mariah way more. Or just like catalog-wise, song for song-wise. I definitely listen to Janet way more. And I was like, damn, and I think I listened to Mariah or Mary more. And I was like, oh my God, I gotta get rid of Whitney? I'm like, are you kidding me? Like the voice of all voices? But damn, her catalog isn't as deep in my rotation as everyone else's. But her hits, like, are like no one has bigger, like there's no bigger songs than I Will Always Love You and I Have Nothing and Friday Night. Yeah, like but I want to dance with somebody. Like, but I struggle with it. It probably came, I don't even know who it came down to. I couldn't get rid of anybody. But you guessed it, it literally came down to the catalog, Dawon. So you know me, boo. Woo! Ooh, it was just funny to see on Facebook too. Everyone chiming in who they were getting rid of.
What was the community saying about it?
So many people were saying bye Mariah. Like they were quick to dismiss Mariah so quick.
No,
and here my ass in the comments being like, just gaslighting everybody.
You were.
I was good for none. And I literally posted and I was like, y'all notice I ain't give no answer because I ain't shit. So
I know people were very quick. I feel like they were the quickest to get rid of Mariah and Janet. Like those were the two that seemed, they were just like with the quickness, like, yeah, Mariah if I had to, and ooh, that's a tough one, but Mariah, like it's just like it's crazy. Like, but Mariah and Janet seem to be the two. Someone said Whitney all day long. Okay, yeah, I'm just looking back at everything, but yeah, that was tough. I don't think there's a tougher 4 for me.
I feel like, and this is a tough thing about these kind of questions because like the criteria is different. Yeah. You know, like when I thought about it for like, you know, you, Kerel, like I had to think about the depth of a catalog and like the end of the question, which is now only get rid of the person, but also everything they've ever done. Yeah. It's like, okay, now I have to stack, like I have to put myself in your brain and be like, okay, if I was stacking this stuff up, who would have the deepest catalog that Kerel would be like, and then go from there. And then for you, Jerrell, it was like, it's gotta be emotional connectivity to the person, you know? So I was just like, okay, well, if you're not hood enough, well, you gotta go. Like, you need to feed these Capricorns.
I know. And then I was like, ooh, Mary might be a little too hood for Char just to be enjoying it day in, day out.
I can't. Not gonna cry, and I'm not like, girl, what you gotta talk about it,
right?
If you ain't gotta cry, then don't cry. Damn.
Right. But every black woman in America's like, bitch, I know.
Knew it. Okay, I tell you.
Seriously, Mary, like for the black woman, Mary might be the epitome.
Yeah. Like, absolutely.
Yeah. There might not be anyone bigger than Mary J. Blige for a lot of black women.
Yeah.
Like
she's saying real life. She's saying real life.
Like we knew what she was going through. You know, Whitney, we didn't know. to literally her entire career. Honestly, we did not know Whitney was going through a lot of that stuff. We didn't know she was from the hood. We didn't know all that.
Ooh, them last 10 years.
Girl.
Last 10 years.
That could have been a dope ass. It
like,
could have been a dope ass album, but she didn't do it. You know, she kind of hinted at it here and there. But Mary, we knew if she was feeling good that day, if she was feeling horrible that day, if she didn't want to be bothered that day.
Shit.
Honey, she let us know. Mariah was like kind of a Whitney, but Mariah like at least like kind of veiled it a little more. We were like, oh, okay. I get my all, bitch, who you talking to? Like, we know you just got divorced, so it wasn't Tommy Mottola, but bitch, who you sleeping with now? So you kind of had those little rumors behind the scenes, like, who was Mariah talking to?
I haven't listened to that song in so long.
My All's probably my favorite Mariah song. It might be my favorite.
Gosh.
Like, it's like nobody can sing that. She can't even sing that song no more. It's the hardest song to sing.
It's a hard song. All the key changes and like.
And it's just so
range,
well written. This, at the end, she gets to that low. My heart to your love tonight. I'm like, bitch, you better hit that low note, bitch. Every time I throw something, every damn time. Shit.
Damn, that's a good song.
But yeah. But I Have Nothing though. That song.
I literally just listened to it today.
That song
literally.
That song.
Just
sang the shit out that song.
She sure as fuck did. Sang the house down.
Yeah.
That's Fight Me. That song is better than I Will Always Love You. I said it. Don't fucking care. That song is better than I Will Always Love You.
Yeah. But I will say this though. They're still super fun.
They're hella close.
1, 2.
Right. 1A, 1B.
Okay, exactly.
Man, literally, that question had been bugging me all week. I was like, I'm really gonna say Whitney, the Houston.
I couldn't.
Not listen.
I just could not because I listen to Whitney on a regular. I listen to Whitney on a regular. Yeah.
But yeah, no, I listen to Mary J more than I like even say on this podcast. I don't know, because we always talk about Beyonce and Janet all the damn time and Mariah. So I don't know, they take up a lot of space. It's hard to like get in there. But I listen to Mary a lot. Like, and I don't know how, like, I remember the first time I even saw a Mary J. Blige album. Back in the day, Kmart, for those who don't know, remember Kmart used to have like this music section that you used to be able to push this video board, this button, and it would show like clips of music videos and the new albums coming out. And that was the first time because I thought it was Janet on the cover. It was the What's the 411 remix album. And on the cover, she looked so much like Janet to me.
She did.
You know? Yeah. And so, like, I remember, and I probably was nothing more than like 10 years old. And I'm like, okay, this is not Janet Jackson. Who is this person? And got the album and just fell in love with her since then. And then, like, the My Life album came out, and then Share My World came out. And just loved her. She's not the best singer by any means. She's not the best dancer by any means. But I just connected to her. And I like those. Go Mary, go Mary, go Mary. Right. Like, it's just so connected to Black culture. And like, it just reminded me of like my aunties and ladies at the church. You know, it's for some reason, I just connected with Mary J. Blige. Didn't know anything she was going through. You know, didn't see any of that, like where I grew up, or like at least in my family and things like that. But she caught me back then. I don't know why. And there's something about Mary that I just love. Maybe this is just a little Black woman in me that that I can't let her go. I can't let her go. Oh man. What else? I mean, we're towards the end. Anything else on your minds?
Not really on my end. Did y'all see about what POTUS said about if a company has 100 or plus more people that they have to require their employees to be vaccinated?
Good.
Or to get regularly tested. Tested. Yep. He
said, I ain't playing with y'all hoes. Like, let's cut this shit out.
Yeah, I'm here for it. I'm fucking here for it.
And it's just like, I get... And part of me still struggles, just like, I get you, do what you want to do, but at the end of the day, we all tired of this shit. It's costing us money. And so it's just like, if there's a way to stop some of these strains, and all it takes is for us to get vaccinated and get some boosters, bitch, give me all of the shots.
Right, exactly.
Let's do it. Like, come on now. Do we really want another lockdown?
No,
not really.
So don't. It's like I'm tired of talking about this COVID. I'm just tired of it. Like even the mask anymore doesn't even bother me. I'm like, it is what it is. I'm used to a damn mask at this point, but it's just like I'm just tired of it being somewhere in that ether, somewhere in the back of your mind. And so if it takes for us to get some strong shit like that, hey, so be it. So fucking be it. So we'll see what happens.
I just don't like the fact that, like, from a political standpoint, we're just towing this line between quote unquote civil liberties, and we've lost more than 400,000 people. Like at a certain point, you say, "Damn, this is more than all of the world wars that we've had." Like, this is the biggest catastrophe in terms of human life lost in American history. Yeah, and we're dicking around like this. No. If you don't get your vaccine, that's your right, but then you get taxed 90%. You ain't getting no damn money. Like, there needs to be some serious penalties at this point.
Because it just doesn't make sense. Like, because people are like, oh, I don't know what's in it. Well, bitch, billions of people at this point around the world would have dropped dead from these vaccines.
And the reality of it is, you don't know what's in hot dogs, but you eat that shit too. So come on now, like stop with the foolishness. Now all of a sudden you want to be a scientist. You want to be thinking about what's going on in your body, but you out there drinking Alizé and Kool-Aid with 15 pounds of sugar. Goddamn, get out of here. Come on now.
Not the Alizé with the Kool-Aid.
Like
with the purple Kool-Aid.
Right. You be out there as soon as fucking Taco Bell comes out with some burrito.
They be the first one in line.
Right, with that fucking dog meat that they be shoveling into them things. You be the first ones in line, but you talking about you don't know what's in there. You've been drinking fluoride water that's been brainwashing you since you've been 2 years old, but you worried about this?
Fuck out of here.
Get out of here with that nonsense. You fat as fuck. You put everything in your goddamn body, but you worried about what's in the vaccine?
We don't struck the chord with Dawon.
Well, for real.
Right. You suck every dick you can get, and you worried about the vaccine?
Vaccine.
Oh, please come get my man.
Oh man, well, on that note, community, get the damn vaccine. Continue to wash your hands and your legs and your ass. Yeah. And we will see you next week.
Bye, y'all. Bye.